Hello, and welcome to Dickinson's Real Deal. On this show, I help members of the public to get the very best price for their antiques and valuables. I give them a choice. Sit down with one of our regular dealers. Now, they're going to try and tempt you with a cash offer on the table today.
On 50 quid.
You're not stopping there, are you?
I was going.
A song springs to mind. Make me an offer I can't refuse.
Yeah, OK.
If I don't think that's enough money, I'm going to say, no way. Don't accept that. Have a gamble, go to auction, and you might just get a little bit more money there.
420.
I'll be on hand at all times to help and advise you. Today, the show comes to you from Crewe in Cheshire. Just look at this crowd. They've been queuing since early this morning. They've brought along their treasures. They're determined to sit down with our dealers. They want to get the better of them. They want to walk away, you know why, with the real deal.
Our dealers have their work cut out today. So, without further ado, Joe Brayshaw's been joined by a keen fan.
I understand you're Beth, is that
I
right?
am, yes.
I'm Joe.
How do you
I
do,
understand
Joe?
you're an avid watcher of the programme.
I certainly am, yes.
You enjoy it?
I really do, yes.
And you've brought in this little gold bracelet.
I have, yeah.
Why?
I love it, don't get me wrong. The only thing is, I've got arthritis now, and it's gone small. So...
Has it gone small, or has your wrist gone a bit big?
Well,
I know that one.
Yeah.
Everything has to be
There's
stretchy,
a lump
doesn't
of
it?
the arthritis, so, yes, and I think somebody else will get the, the pleasure out of it that I've had.
Yeah, I'm just going to have a little look at it.
Uh-huh.
It's got little rubies and diamond chips in it. Did you buy it new, or...?
No, I didn't, no.
It's got a Chester hallmark. It hasn't got a lot of age to it, has it? But you see, I'm going to have the same trouble as you.
Yeah. You'll get a tan, though. It does go,
I don't want to
eventually.
force it. Not with the little safety chain. Right. £100.
No.
No. So how much do you want for it then?
Some more, please.
120.
No.
It's £120. You don't like the look of my £120?
No.
Well, let me tell you what I think, Beth. The independent valuers and the auctioneer, they're all saying about 100 to 120. The question is, if I send you to the auction, can we get more than the £120 after taking away the commission? And I have a feeling it's going to be difficult, because if we got £140, it still could make that, but you'd have to take away £20 in commission, and that would leave you with 120. So you've got to get over 140 to make it worthwhile to go to auction. So I'm going to say £120 is probably about its current resale value.
Right, Beth. £120. What do you think?
We're going to deal.
We're going to deal?
Yes, we
Lovely.
are.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for bringing it in.
You're welcome. The offer she gave me, is going towards a nice meal for me and my daughter in Australia.
Throw a couple of shrimps on the barbie, Beth's on the way down under. Mark Stevens is firing up his next deal.
Tell me about it. How did this come in your possession?
It's a family piece. We got it about 20 years ago at a military affair. They said it was a holster pistol.
Around about 1810?
Yeah.
OK. We have a walnut body with the metal, the steel barrel and the flintlock mechanism there. I mean, it's a nice pistol. It's original. We have the plunger here, which a lot of these, they get lost. You know, it's an old piece. The only thing I'm slightly concerned about is the brass on the stock here. I'm not so sure if that is original. When I've seen these pieces before, the stock, it comes down more and it's a lot more rounded, and they don't tend to be finished in brass, particularly of this period. So if we manage to have a deal today, are you going to purchase another one for your collection, or are you going to use the money for other things?
No, because they take quite a lot of just sort of general looking after the oiling and to keep them tip-top, and I want somebody else to enjoy it, really.
We've got to go to the money, haven't we?
Yeah?
Shall I get some out?
Yes, please.
OK, let's see what we got. Look, I've got some red ones coming out. How about that? £50, £100, £150.
Good start.
Good start. Oh dear. Right, okay. So you're telling me you'd like some more money? Okay. Let's see. 170. And just to put a bigger smile on your face, £190.
That's getting a lot better.
I don't think it's worth a lot more than that. I'll tell you what I'll do, but this would be my final offer, Silver. I'm going to take the 220s away. I'm going to put another red one down. That's £200, but that's what I'd like to pay for the piece.
Well, I've just nipped back now to speak to our independent valuers because it's a bit out of my area of expertise, but £200 to £300 is the estimation. As always, Mark has put £200 on the table. It's not a bad offer, but I think it's worth a little bit more. Speak to him nicely. He'll usually oblige.
Hello, Mark. Now, can you prove this?
What can I say? You've got me. You'd like me to oblige you a bit more then, I take it?
Yes,
Oh,
please.
right. One more of those on there. £220. Are you happy with that, Sylvia?
I am.
You sure?
Yeah.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for the
Thank
deal.
you.
Thank you very much.
I got 220 for it, which I think if I'd have gone to auction, I wouldn't have got a lot more with all the commission and everything. So, yes, I think it went quite well.
Well done, Sylvia. Back to the action where Janice Kehoe is steaming on.
And have you brought your train sets here to sell?
They're actually my husband's. He inherited them from his father. He had quite a collection, and these are just two of the sets that I've brought along today.
And did he play with them when he was younger?
To be honest, I'm not really sure. I don't think he did, because I think he just bought them to keep more than anything in the boxes.
And if we sell them today, what's he looking to do with the money?
Don't know, really.
Yeah, you've not thought about it?
No.
Just maybe a treat.
Yes.
Well, let's have a look at what you brought. I think this one's the earliest one.
Yes, I think so, from the
It's a
picture on the
triangle.
front.
Yep. Picture on the front. I think it was every boy's dream. This, I think, was 1960s, early 1960s, about 1962.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the engine. Do we know if they still work?
We've never had them out,
Never had
so
them
I
out.
wouldn't
Okay.
know.
So we've got the locomotive. There's two little carriages that have seen better days, I'm afraid. You see the top
Yes.
has distorted. Unfortunately, I think that was a problem with early plastics. They did tend to warp after a while. There was very little you could do about it. And this piece, apparently you'd have put batteries in here. A big 9-volt battery pack would have taken it, so it wouldn't have been mains powered. This would have been the power behind it. Battery goes in there, and that drives everything. And this one, the locomotive, looks in lovely condition. There's 4 carriages with it, and again, these look pristine. The boxes themselves, whilst it's nice they do have the original box, collectors do like the boxes to be in really good condition. And these have got there's a bit of damage on the box here, and I think this one, the lid's got a bit of damage.
Do you get many people bringing train sets?
My husband is a train set collector.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's handy. So that's why you know a lot about them. I thought you knew quite a lot about them.
I do see it, and they're not train sets, they're model railways.
Model
That's what
railways.
he assures me. But I'll see what I can come up with. Right. Okay. 20, 40, 60, £80.
No, that's not enough.
No. A long, long, long way away.
A fair way away.
A fair way away. Right, okay. What about £100?
You're still away.
Still away?
Still one station
One
to go.
stop?
Yeah.
Are we
A
getting to
£5
Manchester?
stop?
No.
You can't go anywhere for £5
Okay,
on
what
the
have we got?
railway.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What about 110?
What about another 10?
What about another 5? I'll meet you in the middle.
What about my hubby's face in the background? What's he think?
What about my husband's face in the background? I'll meet you in the middle at 1:15. So if I go to 1:15, meet you in the middle, what do you think?
I think that's probably okay.
Is that all right?
with the hubby?
Let's have a look. What do you think? Brilliant. Yeah, that's all right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a thumbs up for the girls, but is Janice on track for a profit? Find out later. Also, Hoggy gets a ticking off.
This is the bloke that wrote the book about
Thank you.
antiques of the future. How is it that our guys are saying 80 to 120 and you're not, Hoggy?
That's why, because I wrote it. They value it.
It's back to business here in Crewe, and this next deal's got Hoggy smiling.
Joan, I just love this watch you bought in for me. Tell me what you know about it.
Well, it was my brother's watch.
Right.
My son saw him, he got it on. He said, you shouldn't be flashing it about like that. You don't know who's about, might take it off you. But he took it home, put it back in its box, put all the paperwork in it, in a cupboard, and never had it on again. But it was the first digital watch.
It's one of the first
It
digital
was,
watches. Yeah. And when you press the side there, that's where you get your digital
That's
bit.
the time, yeah.
And it's still in working order.
It is.
It's stainless steel, the
Yeah.
strap and the body, but it's got that a real retro look to it, hasn't it? It's like chunky,
Yeah.
and it epitomises 1975, really. These are one of those things which are on the cusp of being an antique and a collectible, and also being a watch which you could wear every day. So I better get some money out then, Joan.
Right.
See if I can buy it from you.
Yeah.
So what are we going to pay for it? 20, 40, 50 pounds.
Who knows, it's worth more than that.
Is it a lot more?
It is a lot more than that, yeah.
60 pounds.
John,
Not enough.
Let me just put in here. This is right up your street, Hoggy.
Absolutely, David.
Tick-tock.
Spot on.
This is the bloke that wrote the book about
Thank you.
antiques of the future. He should know to the penny.
And I wrote about digital watches.
OK. Well, seeing you wrote about it, how is it that our guys are saying 80 to 120 and you're not, Hoggy?
That's why, because I wrote it. They value it.
What's he got on the table? 60 quid.
Yeah, I'll go up.
OK,
Yeah.
I'm leaving it with you, 80 to 120. Come on, Hoggy, we've got to look after this lady.
Yeah, no,
we need a little bit more than that. Get some more money in.
Joan, I've been mean, haven't I? Let me put some more money down. Well, we've got 60. I'm not going to mess around. I'm going to go straight in on my final offer. Joan, £110, we've got a nice deal going on then.
Yeah, I think so.
Thank you. Been a pleasure to meet you. I was very pleased with that watch. It's like 1975. It's right up my street. I've got clients, I'll be able to make a little profit out of that one quite easy.
We'll hold you to that, Hoggy. Next up, Jackie's hoping for the perfect deal. She's with Janice.
And what have you brought for me today?
2 Beswick figures.
Yep.
My great aunt used to work at Beswick.
Did she?
Yes, she did. So, but she had every ornament figure.
Oh, that house
all around
was
the
full
house.
of it.
Yes,
Yeah.
couldn't see the furniture between them.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's have a look. We've got an elephant. Really striking piece, isn't he? Yeah. And he's quite tall, and it's in good condition. There are no chips or there's no damage to him, which is important, particularly for the tusks.
Yes.
And there's this lovely. Now I don't know if it's a panther or a jaguar.
I don't know.
Well, again, lovely condition. You've got the Beswick mark on the base. And these have obviously been cherished throughout their life. Your great aunt obviously really enjoyed them and looked after them very, very well. Right, let's see what we can do.
Okay.
Right. 20, 40, 60, now 80 pounds. What do you think about that? No?
No.
Am I miles and miles away?
Quite a bit away.
Quite a bit, okay. What about £100?
No.
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 I'll make one more bid. I'll go to 120.
I was hoping for just a little bit more, to be honest with you.
Just a little bit more. Well, if I put another fiver on, that's a little bit more.
No. A little bit more than a little bit more.
Than a little bit more.
Yes.
They're lovely pieces, but the Beswick market isn't particularly strong at the moment. It's up to you. You know, they might do better at auction, but I'll put the 5 down then with that. 125. What would you like to do?
I think I'll take them to auction, thank you.
I hope you do really well at the auction, and I hope everyone admires your great aunt's work.
Lovely, thank you.
Thank you.
The menagerie marches off to auction. Auctioneer Robert Stones has taken to the rostrum.
You brought along on the dealer's day 2 pieces of Beswick. One's an elephant, one is a puma on a rock. She turned down an offer, quite a good offer of 125, and she's got a reserve of 150. Is she going to get the reserve? We're about to find out. It's coming up now.
Lovely lot for you. £100 bid straight away at £100 I have. That's on commission with me at £100. And 5, 110, 115, 115, 120, 125. 120 still with me on commission at 120.
It's just a little bit below the 150.
120 still with me, 125, 130, 135 is now, 130 still on commission, at £130, at 130, at 130 still on commission. Can I sell it at 130?
Do you want to go at 130? He's giving me the nod, the auctioneer. You don't have to.
No, yes.
On commission at 130. At 130, selling it at 130 then, going to be sold at 130, last chance. Sold at 130.
OK, on the day. £130 under the gavel. We take away the commission, you're going home with £106 to split between a couple of grown-up kids.
Yes.
They're going to be happy. You happy?
A little disappointed, but never mind.
Little disappointed. We expected a little bit more, you know, for your aunt's items, but that's part of the gamble.
Now, Joe's next deal is already underway.
Hello, Dawn.
Hello.
You've brought in this very, very pretty pendant. Why?
Because I don't wear it, and I'd sooner put the money towards something more special.
Have you had it long? Or?
I've had it since probably about 7, but only actually in my possession since I was about 18.
So, quite recently
it
then?
Was, yeah.
It's pearls and sort of enamel, isn't it? It looks like a sort of gold running through it. I'll just lift it up and have a look at it. Oh, and it's got this nice little bit on the back for you to put a keepsake photograph. Do you know who that is?
I don't know. I don't know who it is.
Doesn't have any hallmarks or anything.
It's hallmarked 15 karat gold on the loop of the chain, I think.
On the chain, yeah. The little pearls look natural. Right. Pretty. It's in nice condition. And I like the fact that it's double-sided. So how much do you want for it?
Can't tell you that.
£100 to start. £150 to start.
A bit more than that.
Bit more?
Yeah.
A bit more. £170. A bit more. £190.
Bit more.
Bit more. How much is a bit more?
Keep going.
We'll swap those and make it straight £200. What about that?
How about another one of them pink ones?
No.
As far as I understand from the independent values and the auctioneer, the chain is marked gold. Perhaps the locket is gold, perhaps it's plated. I have a feeling it's probably gold.
I think so.
You've got pearls in there. I can't see it being inlaid in pearls. And the outline estimate is about 180 up to 250. So I'm going to say to you, I would take that. And the reason I say that, it could go to auction. You need a private buyer perhaps to do better. And if you don't find one, you might not necessarily get that because they have a commission to take from you. So, in my opinion, Joe will take that back to those cold regions up north in Newcastle, YA, man, and that will look beautiful on one of those white T-shirts when those young ladies go out. Don't write in when those ladies go out on Friday evening.
So there you go, Don. There's my offer of £200.
Okay, I'll accept your offer.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah.
Excellent.
It's okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks for bringing it in.
Coming up, the Duke rocks out with Hoggy.
You know, with your rock star friends, 2 little diamonds in there.
Will Hoggy pay out major or minor notes?
Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal.
Still plenty of goodies coming through the door. It's over to Mark. He's been joined by Kirsty.
You brought me in a very nice vase here. Can you tell me anything about the history of it?
Not much really, just that it's been around in our family since we were kids. And I think it came from my father's aunt before that.
Well, if we look at the vase, the first thing we have to do is work out what factory it's from. So we're going to turn it over and have a look. And it's a Derby vase. I think it was made between 1800 and 1820. When I look at it, in my opinion, it should have had a lid. The pattern doesn't flow through to it, so I'm sure there would have been one there. Also, with this one, there's quite a bit of damage, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
How did that damage come about?
I don't know actually, I'm not sure how it got damaged, but the handle's sort of been repaired at some point and put back on, and it is quite fragile, so...
I'm a bit
Don't touch
scared.
it.
No, don't pick it up by the handles. As we can see here, it's basically come right away, and if we come round to the other side, just down the bottom here, you've got another crack there. They can be repaired. A good porcelain restorer will be able to repair it.
Right.
But as everything, that costs money.
Yeah.
And if you were to sell it again, particularly myself, I would, as a professional, tell somebody that this has been restored. It's the correct thing to do.
Yeah.
OK, well, look, let's put some money on the table and see how we go. All right?
Yep.
OK, let's dive in the pocket. 20, 40, 60 pounds.
No, not at all, no.
A bit more?
Definitely.
I'll tell you what we do. I'll tell you what, put another blue one on there. 80 pounds, how does that sound, Kirsty?
No, still looking for more than that for
I'll
it,
tell you what we do.
definitely.
I think this is a really good time to bring David in and give his expert opinion on it.
Well, the independent valuers and the auctioneer, they've kind of rated this. They've gone 150 to 2 to 300. But on the other hand, most dealers will look at that and think, do I want the headache? I don't think the 80 is enough. I think at that stage, you're worth a gamble going to auction and saying, is there anyone else out there that fancies themselves as an amateur restorer that wants an early Derby vase and wants to have a go themselves?
Yeah.
So I think it's worth more than that. Unless there's a fair bit more going on the table, I'm going to say take your chances at auction.
Well, I actually do agree with David in a lot of ways there, because for me, I just worry about the repair. I haven't got a restorer myself. I really haven't got somebody that I can call up and say, can you restore this? So I've got to source it elsewhere, so it's going to cost me even more money. I mean, I will put a little bit more money on the table, and then you can make a decision there. I mean, if I put another 20 on, there's £100.
No, I'm going to take it to auction.
I think you're absolutely... I would do the same thing. You're doing the right move. All the best. I wish you very well in the sale. Thank you, Kirsty.
So let's head straight to the sale room where the Duke's taking care of business.
Kirsty brought along a rather exotic Bloor Derby porcelain two-handle vase. It's here in the sale room. The auction estimate is 150 to 200. The question is, who's going to buy it? People are very finicky today, very picky, very choosy. They don't like cracks and damage, and when it comes to restoration, it is expensive to restore porcelain of this quality. I think the damage is going to hold this back, but who knows? Let's find out.
£100 started off, please, at £100. 100 bids straight away at £100, at £100 and 5 is an hour, 105, 110, 115 now. At £110, still with me at £110. 115 on the internet.
Interesting, the internet's come in.
120, 125 on the internet, 125, 130, 135, 135, 140, 145, 145 on the internet, 145, 150 on commission.
At 150, right on the button, right on the reserve, with the auctioneer.
At £150, it's going to be sold, make no mistake, at £150, all part and done at 150, then being sold at 150.
The gambler's gone down at £150, right on the reserve. I've got commission to take off, and that leaves £123. Now, Kirsty turned down an offer of 100. She can't make it here today. I've looked after her interests, and I'll be sending her £123. That's the real deal.
Back to Hoggy, the diamond geezer.
Bill, do these belong to the wife?
No, they've never been worn. About 10-year-old. We've had them among our stuff for that length of time. I used to be a jeweller.
OK.
And when I packed in 2002, I had bits and pieces left and just never bothered with them.
Oh, OK. Well, you must be the man to tell all the viewers at home the difference between a retail price and the price what you're going to get if you go to auction or sell it to a dealer.
I don't think I want to tell them that. You know, the jewellers that are still looking won't thank me for that.
Anyway, we're going to be doing a deal, hopefully, on your very small diamond earrings. I've got a price in mind. Whether it matches you, I don't know, really.
Well, there's only one way for you to find out.
Let's try. On 50 quid.
Yeah, you're not stopping there, are you?
I was going to.
A song springs to mind. Make me an offer I can't refuse.
Yeah, OK. 70.
I think there's a bit more than that in it for you to make something on it on a resale.
I reckon I'll get 90 quid for those, Bill.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I really do.
And you don't want to go anymore?
I don't want to go anymore. I mean, how much more would swing it for me?
Put another tenner on and we've got a deal.
I'll do another fiver, Bill.
.2, is it?
Yeah.
Unmeasured. I'd say more like 1.5.
No, they measured them even.
But they are diamonds. Yeah. I mean, I know they're only small,
only
but they're only 80 to 120 or 100 to 150. Those could be, you know, with your rock star friends. 2 little diamonds in there.
No, they used to do that in the 70s. They don't do it anymore.
He knows them all.
Yeah.
He knows them all, you know. All pals. Ronnie and all the boys, you know.
Ronnie wouldn't wear those.
What? Out with the stones? You bet your life he would, mate.
Bill, let's be serious, right?
Yes.
I see myself getting 90 quid on a good day for those. They did 100 quid at auction, you'd end up with about 80.
Yeah.
It's 75, it's on the table, it's hard-earned cash.
You're looking for £15 profit.
Yeah.
I'm looking for 80 quid. Give me another fiver.
Yeah.
I've made a 10 on what you offered and you've made a 10 on what you're going to sell them for.
Totally confused there, but I like it, and I'll give you another tenner. There we go, then. 80 quid. Have we got a deal?
We've got a deal.
Nice one. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
You're a star. I actually bought those diamond earrings for stock because come Christmas or birthday, someone always wants a pair of diamond earrings. There's a profit in them.
Will Hoggy find a birthday girl for the earrings? Find out later. Coming up, Roy bids his medals a fond farewell.
It says my great-grandfather, as far as I know, he never actually come home. Where the battle was, I don't know.
I can see you've got some emotional attachment to this, I can see, and I understand that.
But will Mark make a sympathetic offer? It's been a fantastic day in Crewe, and Mark has the honour of completing the final deal of the day. The Duke's keen to hear Roy's story because he has some surprise news for him. Auctioneer Robert Stones is also listening in.
You brought me in a lovely group of medals here, Roy, in a wonderful frame. Please, tell me about the history, if you can.
It says my great-grandfather, and as far as I know, he never actually come home. Where the battle was, I don't know. I'm not certain.
What you've got here is the 1914-15 trio.
Yeah.
Now, we know it's 1914-15 because the star here actually tells us in the middle, 1914-15. So he went into the war after August, because if he went in August, he would have fought at the Battle of Mons. And that way he would have got what we call the 1914 star. So he came in slightly later. If we look up here on the scroll, which was given to anybody who was killed in action, this is the name of the gentleman, which is Private John Bryan. Okay, and he served in the 8th Battalion, the North Staffordshire Regiment. Now, the biggest thing now we know he was definitely killed in action, although we do have this, is the death plaque, which is made in bronze, and again, anybody who was killed in action was awarded this piece. The only thing that isn't there is where he is buried and where he was killed. Now, you can find that out. There are means of doing it now. The whole thing about it, I really like. You know, I'd love to try and buy it off of you. I can see you've got some emotional attachment to this, I can see, and I understand that.
Now, Robert, First World War medals. How are you finding medals generally in your sale room?
Military are doing incredibly well. I mean, it is one of the big collecting areas at the moment.
So you've got this First World War, fairly standard medal, service medals, but you have sadly the death plaque, which of course tells us that this private fell during service to his country. So what about the value? Come on, where are you going to find?
Well, I was hoping that we would have got £200, maybe towards £300.
I think our independents have said 2 to 3. So if we think between 180 up to 300 within that region, that seems to be the estimation. It might do a little bit better on the day because sale rooms have been doing well with medals.
That's right.
But Mark is a good buyer. Let's see what he puts on the table.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some money on the table and we see how we go from there. £50, £100, £150, £170 on the table, Roy.
No, it's not enough.
Not enough for you?
I think they're worth a bit more than that, don't you?
I think so too, yeah.
I need to get in there and tell our seller they're worth more than that, and there's some information I need to give him about his great-grandfather.
Yeah.
Should we get David in to give you some advice?
Yes, please.
Great, here comes David now.
Well, first of all, as we all know, and I'm sure you at home watching the programme, and Mark knows the same, medals are doing quite well at the moment. Since you've been here today, my researchers have been doing a little bit of work, and there is a way of finding this information out. We do find out that your great-grandfather, of course, was killed in action, and we know that he was killed in action on the 19th of the 9th, 1915. We also know that there is a war grave marker for him, and that he is buried in Calais, in the Southern Cemetery in Calais. So that is sad information, but this is the kind of information and detail you can get with these death plaques, of course. 200 to 300 is the estimation, and I'm going to say to you, your great-grandfather, you know, was called to the First World War, sadly did not return. So let's see a return on the money on these medals if you are going to part with them. I think they're worth more than 200 quid.
Well, that's some fantastic news for you there. You know, there's going to be some more money on the table now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take away the 20. There's 200. There's £250 on the table.
I don't know.
I mean, this is a big decision for you, Roy.
Yeah.
You know,
I've come back in again, and let's just talk about the money for a start. If you got £300 in the auction, they would take off you about 50 quid in commission, 15%. So you'd be back to 250 quid. So I'm going to leave that with you, and you can make your mind up. But as far as the money is concerned, it's a fair price.
It's a good offer.
I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to put another £20 on the table. There's £270 on the table, Roy. What would you like to do?
I'll rest the auction.
I wish you the best of luck, Roy. I hope they do
Thank
very
you very
well.
much for the offer.
Thank you. Thank you. They are all the money, but I really did want to buy them because I enjoy medals, you know, they're a passion of mine. But I don't think they're worth much more money than that. I really don't.
I have now found out he died in Calais on the 19th of the 9th, 1915. It was quite a good offer, but I think a bit more would have been a bit more helpful, yeah. It's the sentimental values seems to, you know, want to push it up a bit more.
The medals slip through Mark's fingers, but will Roy reap his reward at auction?
Now, Mark is a very strong bidder, not only jewellery, he likes medals, and he bid you 270 quid. Now, you turned it down. So why have you decided to take the gamble?
Just how far it can go.
OK, I hear what you say. It is here in the sale room. The reserve is £200, but are we going to get in front of the 270 quid that was offered by Mark Stevens? It'll be difficult. Let's find out.
£150 bid straight away at 150. 160 is the now. That's the next bid. 160 do I hear? 160 on the internet at 160.
160 on the internet. 170. 180. Telephone's in at 180. Internet's in.
190 do I hear? 190, 190. 200 on the internet, 200 bid and 10. At 210, 210. 220 now. 220 on the internet, 220 do I hear? 220, 220 on the other internet, 220, 230 now.
We're still creeping up to the £270 that our dealer Mark Stevens put down.
240, 250, 250 is the now. 250 do I hear? 250. 250's bid on the telephone at 250. 260.
£260. Just in time in the room, 270.
280, 280, 290, 290, 300, 310, 310, 330, 340, 350, 360.
They're going for it.
380, 390, 390, 400 there. Your bid, £400. At 410 anywhere else, at £400, bids there, at £400, and going to be sold at 400 then. Your bid, well done.
£400. I have to say that has taken me by surprise. Two strong bidders bidding against each other. It suddenly went up to £400. What's your reaction?
That's brilliant.
Happy?
Yeah. That's a posh meal for me and the lady friend, Vera.
Take away the commission, a little bit of VAT involved. £328 is what you're taking home. Pleased?
Very good. Very pleased.
On the day, I was a doubter. I wasn't quite sure it would make that kind of money. That was the real deal.
More than a three-course meal, Roy will be eating like a king, but Mark's left with humble pie. Our dealers have been splashing the cash here in Crewe, and together have laid out over £1,300 of their own money. But have they been able to make any profits? Janice was chuffed with her train sets.
What do you think? Brilliant. Yeah, that's all right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
After getting them home, she only sold one for £20, and the other is parked up in her storeroom. Just the one item for Mark today.
Are you happy with that, Sylvia?
I am.
You sure?
Yeah.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for the deal. Thank you very much.
Mark knew just the right man for the pistol. He sold it on to an American collector for £300. Joe purchased two pieces of jewellery.
Joe will take that back to those cold regions up north, and that will look beautiful on one of those white T-shirts when those young ladies go out. Don't write in.
The bangle was scrapped for a small markup, whilst the pendant was sold on for a pretty profit. So this just leaves our hoggy.
I actually bought those diamond earrings for stock because come Christmas or birthday, someone always wants a pair of diamond earrings.
It was a happy birthday for one lucky lady and a happy return for our dealer. Finally, it looks like our Mr. H does know his stuff.
This is the bloke that wrote the book about antiques of the future. How is it that our guys are saying 80 to 120 and you're not, Hoggy?
That's why, because I wrote it. They value it.
He sold the retro digital watch on for a whopping £250. Very flash, Hoggy.
We've had a great day here in the sale room. There's been lots of action, lots of atmosphere, buying, selling. That's what we like to see. Don't forget to join me, David Dickinson, next time for Dickinson's Real Deal. Bye for now.